All right. So we are live. So we are streaming. Are we streaming to channels?
I
Sending
was,
data?
yeah, because I didn't get the Twitch ping. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Twitch is up. So the data it's sending is working for Twitch. And YouTube just went up. Okay. So the restream chat isn't working. Why is the restream chat not working?
Told you, Sneaky. We've been over this. Fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're just not gonna have chat.
Oh yeah. It was oh, today has been a day of interactions on the Two Idiots and Sudner server.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What the
It
fuck
was
is going on
something.
in that chat?
Yeah, I mean, I added Arn after that chat in the tech channel, and I was like, hell. So I see you've now fully encountered our server cryptid.
Oh. Yeah. It's funny too, because you can see the point where he went from enjoying it to, oh god, what am I interacting with?
Yeah. But yeah, like like the thing I sent you, I was just like, you know,
I need to finish. Oh, I need to finish reading that. I was trying to catch up on
yeah, I
like
was
things at
basically it was
once.
just like Trump had a whole speech last night, and I was like, I'm not a huge fan of this whole battleship idea. It's kind of really outdated. We canceled a whole cruiser line because our destroyers just do everything the cruiser was gonna do, but better and cheaper. So like, there's no point in having cruisers anymore. There's no point in having battleships anymore because planes are just better than battleships. They just are. And any technology that a battleship platform could feasibly transport to a local, whether that's missiles or destroyers do it better, or if
Mm-hmm.
it's bombs, our planes do it better. Like the only thing that battleship could really do is oceanside bombardments, and we
If we're gonna
have
start
bombs and
talking
missiles for that. So
I mean, if we're going to start talking battleships, I don't want us bringing that word up until we unironically are in space.
true,
And the
big
battleship is
true.
redefined. The
Then
battleship
the
is
battleship is
redefined
redefined.
as
Yeah.
the giant fuck off. I do everything that you can do in
Yes.
space.
True. But yeah, so I'm not a fan of the battleship. People were looking at the depictions that the White House has put up of it, and the armaments on it are just really silly. Like they want laser beams for anti-air, um, and anti
I'm gonna be honest. I
small
think Gauss
shipcraft.
rifles and rail. I think Gauss guns and rail guns would be a way better option.
Yeah, well, we also have the railgun that they want to put the railgun on it. Except the problem is the railgun doesn't fucking work. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure why they're planning to put it on there. Like we
I don't know.
canceled the
I
destroyer we originally were going to put it on because it doesn't work. Unless we're planning to refit the battleship after every 10 shots in the middle of the sea with new fucking
yeah.
barrels.
Look, I'm just saying, if we're really talking about point defense systems with lasers, nah, man, just perfect the railgun and Gauss rifles, make those point defense. I don't want my enemies' flight units peppered with black scorch marks. I want them vaporized.
True, big, real. I mean, now to be fair though, I mean you could probably like burn a hole through the metal using a super laser and then set off the fuel inside or something crazy like that. But like that's that's like you could also just achieve that by just fucking shooting it. So a little bit easier. Um,
Yeah, well, one comes with a chance of not hitting the fuel source and causing a localized meltdown that takes out half the ship, which means they can salvage that now. And
yeah,
the other, they're lucky if there's tips of the wings left
true. Yeah, pretty
consistently.
much. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like I'm not a big fan of the battleship, and I brought that up to Trevor, and he was just like, "Yeah, oh, yeah, well, Trump bad because he's cronyism and he wants the battleship." I'm like, "Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like the battleship." He's like, "Yeah, but Trump bad." I'm just like, "Okay,
That's great.
sure, yeah,
Please keep reiterating something an sane person knows.
yeah." It's like, yeah, he's saying something stupid. You're not a revolutionary for pointing it out.
And congratulations, you pointed out the businessman did something stupid because he's a businessman.
Yeah. So it's really unfortunate that both Sign and Atin aren't here tonight.
I was
And
going to lay into sign.
true. Because the problem here is that
Whoa.
Sign did some stupid shit.
It's the thing that I told you and Atin about earlier, Max.
Yeah.
Must be a day ending in Y then.
Yeah. But on
Oh,
top
but
of
Gray,
that,
that thing's old news though, Gray. Like that, he got reamed on the podcast twice for that idea.
This is the second time he's tried it?
And technically, this is the third that I know of.
uh,
He won't drop the idea.
I
no,
wish
no,
I had gone to the store and gotten
no,
that fucking cider.
no, so no, so he has dropped the idea each time because every time he looks at 40K, he realizes how much lore of 40K there is, and he Sign is autistic, and his autism is not writing anything until he knows the lore of whatever he's writing about. And every time he looks at the lore of 40K, he's like, "Damn, that's a lot of lore, and I don't want to go read all of it." So
Yep.
so he drops it every time.
I mean, it's about the same amount of lore as Star Wars.
But no,
They're
this
they're
time
nearly equivalent.
specifically, he was asked by he was talking about how he was getting asked by a bunch of people if he could go write a Tanya as a Primarch story, which isn't what he brought up previously. Previously, we talked about just Tanya in 40K.
No, there's one point he wanted to make her a Primarch again.
I don't remember
You
that.
guys have laid into him at least once on stream about trying to make her a Primarch.
Yeah, I think that was before he knew what a Primarch was. Because like he just thought he was telling me last night that he just thought Primarchs were just leaders.
Technically,
He
yes.
thought it was basically a Lord Solar situation.
Yeah, he thought it was just like a
Ah.
title that comes with like fancy armor instead of like
Well, again,
The
technically,
genetics,
yes.
yeah, technically
the genetic super or human that is
Yeah.
one step
Yeah.
away from godhood.
It's funny. His assumptions were technically correct,
Yeah,
but wrong for the
technically.
reason I thought they were.
Yeah, and so basically, yeah, it just came down to me being like, look, Sign, there's a shitload of lore reasons as to why female Space Marines makes no fucking sense. It contradicts all of the lore already established. Why female Primarchs make no fucking sense. Contradicts all the lore already established. And I'm not saying that you can't write it, because as a fanfic author, you can write anything. I am saying, however, there is no hoop you can jump through to justify it. You just flat out have to ignore core lore of the series you're writing for.
Literally, the only way you can justify female Primarchs is to literally do the brosive method, where you just go, the Emperor made, hey, female Primarchs. Why? It's the Emperor. Who the fuck
Well,
knows what he's doing?
yes, that's quite literally what I just said, Greg.
Yes.
You just have to
Well,
ignore
again,
lore.
I came up over in a different chat before, with female custodies. That
Yep.
flashpoint thing that
Yeah,
really
yeah,
shouldn't have
yeah.
been a big deal, and the only reason it was a big deal is because they tried to gaslight the entire fan base with a crappy tweet.
Yep.
It's like, if you want, you have the ultimate out by invoking Malkador for this.
You do.
Because I pointed
Yeah.
out, because I said, like, female custodies are something Malkador would do to prove a point to the Emperor, and someone,
Yeah.
for some reason, chimed in, I don't think the Emperor would do all male custodies when the option's available. I'm like, I
Why
have
not?
no idea what you've been reading as a new fan, but my understanding is the Emperor is like the epitome of humanity, fuck yeah, asshole with a heart of gold. He wants the
Yes.
best for humanity, but he's also tens of thousands of years old, and to be honest,
Kind of
for all
distorts
we
his
know,
worldview.
well, that, and like, off the top of my head, I'm like, okay, well, all right, here's the writing thing. Maybe the gene sequencing for custodies, it's easier to do it with a male than female, because with a female, maybe they got to change like an
They
extra
gotta
underlying
change.
strand that's just not there.
Well, see,
They
here's
gotta
the thing,
change
right?
15 more steps instead of
I
just the
was
2.
I brought up, and this is the reason why I always hated female space marines, female custodies, female primarchs, and female anything involving that. Is outside of all of the fucking hell, what's that? What's the author's name? Not Watson.
Dan Abbott?
No, the guy who writes Sherlock Holmes stories.
Doyle?
Doyle.
Doyle.
Aside from all of the Doyleist reasons as to why I don't like it, Watsonianly, and sort of meta, what does female space marines accomplish?
Effectively, they do nothing,
Nothing.
except when you're thinking of it on pure logistics.
But they don't. But you
Going,
don't need to. But that's the thing, though, is you don't need
yeah,
to. That we have never had a moment in all of 40K
yes.
where a Space Marine chapter ever said, "Oh no, we've run out of men to recruit."
The only ones that have
Yeah.
are on Penance Crusades, and those are quite rare.
Well, those are also explicitly you can't
Yeah.
recruit people.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I've spoken in the defense of the female custodies, because again, it'd be such a funny thing for some random administrator to be like, oh, I'm gonna go over these documents, no one's checked in 7,000 years. Oh, this says it's the Journal of Malkador. Oh God. Opens to page 11 randomly. There's 1,500 custodies hidden away in the palace. Oh, Emperor.
Yeah, sure, but like that's
And
lame. That's lame
like,
and stupid.
It would be
don't like
literally
that
the
one,
Inquisition
but-
more than anything else.
okay,
But-
Sneaky, it's
Yeah.
better
but
than saying
he-
they were always there from the get-go to
Oh,
gaslight.
well,
the
yes,
community.
obviously anything is better than trying to gaslight your fan base after 40 years of saying something different. Duh.
I don't care if they're female custodians, because at the end of the day, like, they're all hand-picked. So my question is, it's going to be the same thing I asked about firefighters. Can they pass whatever rigorous tests the Emperor and Malkador probably came up with to handpick these perfect warriors to start the
Right,
process?
sure,
of the
exactly.
custodians?
And the problem is, right, is the answer is no. The answer to that question is no. Like, and that's not me being sexist. There is a website you can just go to comparing female athletes to male athletes and their absolute peaks. We're talking like Olympics and every single tournament in existence, and it's just hands down, if you take the 1% top athletes regardless of sex, you just take the top 1% best of best athletes, you will have 0 women in that 1%. That's just how it pans out. That's just how it is, as our species works. That's just how it is. You have to make allowances to add women in. And allowances, when you're trying to create the ultimate peak, best fighting force in ever existence, allowances undermine that. Which is, Doyleistly, why I dislike that shit. It just makes no fucking sense. Like, if you want to tell me you want to sell female custodies models, I'll go, okay, you're retarded, but it's your fucking product. Go for it. But don't sit here and try and justify it to me. Just say you
I mean,
want money.
I'm gonna be honest. I respect the people who, when asked why they want female custodians, the answer is because 10-foot tall muscle mommy. It's like, you know what? At least you're being honest.
Yeah, exactly. And then that, I won't fault the people that use that logic of like, yeah, I just have a fetish, and I just want that fetish fulfilled. And it's like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. Credit where credit's due. You're still retarded, but
Yeah.
credit where it is due. At least you're honest. And then the other thing
again,
is,
they always ignore how progressive the Imperium actually is.
well, yeah.
Because the likes of Katie are like, hey, great kid, you're 10 years old. Can you pull a trigger? Congratulations.
You're in the
signed up.
guard. Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, right? The other thing that always fucking frustrates me with any argument around the female Space Marine stuff is, okay, say they, for some reason, perfected it. We have female Space Marines now. Say they somehow managed to squeeze out the extra performance needed genetically that couldn't be applied to the male Space Marines for whatever reason, because it's like tied to 2X chromosomes or something, and they were able to raise the female Space Marines to the exact same performance as the male Space Marines. Fine. Say all of these stars align. What do you get out of it? You get a giant walking slab of meat that looks sexless. It doesn't have boobs. It has a giant square chin. And it's got a deep voice because of all the testosterone running through it. It's a Space Marine. Congratulations, you have produced a fucking Space Marine. It looks no different now from the rest of the Space Marines. What did you accomplish? Nothing. You have accomplished nothing. You've invented an entire mental gymnastics Olympics to jump through and accomplished nothing. That's what pisses me off the most about this argument, is even at the end of the day, nothing changes. It's not like we're going to get boob plate models for the Space Marines so we know which ones are female. Because they wouldn't
Listen,
have
if the armor
boobs.
works, the men would wear the blue plate as well.
Well, no, if the armor works, they wouldn't, because boob plate structurally weakens armor. That's why the armor was made with a wedged jut over the collarbone, because that's actually structurally the weakest part of the armor and the easiest to pierce if you do it the other way. You know, actual boob plate IRL made out of plate mail with boobs on it are actually guides the blade to strike straight into your chest and weakens the metal in that area so it's easier to pierce through.
The only faction that would potentially have boob plate would be the Sisters of Battle, because they're all female and they're all normal women.
Well, also explicitly in lore, they added boob plate specifically for the aesthetic.
Yes, because they have to.
You gotta prove that's not a man at arms.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Also, again, I brought this up before. It's a hill I'm willing to stay on. The female Space Marines Custodies inevitably pretty much take away urgency from Sisters of Battle and Sisters of Silence.
Yeah, true, exactly, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, like,
not Sisters of Silence specifically because they're all blanks, but from Sisters of Battle, yes.
No, there's
Well,
sister silence too, because sister silence and custodies go hand in hand.
yeah, true. But
Like at
point
the
is
end of the
though,
day, custodies don't need the Sisters of Silence to accomplish their missions
true.
because honestly, someone made the interesting observation earlier today, and again in another chat. It's not that custodians are hard to kill in a fight; it's that they're hard to kill before they shred you to bits.
Yes.
Like it's
Yeah.
possible for Space Marines to take down a Custodes, but it's going to be really fucking hard because Custodes are basically the apex predator of the Imperium. Period.
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
only reason they're the apex predator is because the true apex predator is currently a half-living corpse on a throne.
True. Yes.
And the
But,
Primarchs are all every fucking which way.
Yes.
Hey,
there's that too.
going on milk runs.
And so ultimately,
It was diabolical.
True.
Yes.
Narratively,
It's not wrong.
It also massively undermines, as you said, the Sisters of Battle, female guardsmen. It undermines all of the other roles that women are canonically in the story. Because you're basically saying, if we don't have female space marines, then women aren't important. And it's like, that's a crazy take.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best written some of the best written characters in 40k are, in fact, the female of the cast. Like
Whether that be
Ursula
the
Creed,
sisters,
Creed's
whether that be
daughter,
Morven.
super well written. Morven Vol is awesome.
Yeah,
She's great. I love her
It's
book.
also like, it also like subtracts from the ability of the women, right? Because like, think about this, right? If the women are made exactly as strong, fast, and capable as the males through hypergenetic engineering, then is it really an accomplishment for them to accomplish something that anyone else could do? They're not rising against adversity. They're not using lesser equipment. Now they're accomplishing the exact same thing that everyone else was already doing. It's like, wow. So they're now that entire narrative angle is just gone. Now there's no rising above, rising against, making do without. All of that's gone. It's just like, all right, well, go ahead and just make all the women's stories the exact same as the guys' stories now, I guess. It's like, it's lame.
Yeah, because that's worked out so well the last 10 years for Disney.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like, there is no good argument for it besides fetish and we want money. And the
I
only
respect
reason why
those
they're good arguments is
arguments.
because they're honest. That's the
respect,
only reason why
yeah,
they're good.
I respect them for the honesty.
Yeah, but like, otherwise it's just like, the fuck you doing?
It would be it would be so funny if they do roll out female Custodes kits,
Yeah.
and finally, there's a good female face sculpt, but they're too big to stick on guardsmen
The
kits.
heads are too big.
Because the Custodes heads are noticeably larger.
Yeah,
because
because they're
course
giant.
they are.
Yeah.
Oh God, the
But
Custodes
that's
are
also why I'm
another
kind of glad
mess,
that
but
Atin's not here. It's why I kind of even brought it up in the first place tonight. Because if Atin was here, we would be fucking screaming at each other for the next hour. Because he just wants to die on that hill, and I don't know why.
what hill?
The hill of female anything.
Oh, no, he ultimately doesn't care that they're there.
He keeps fucking arguing for it, so I can only assume.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't care if they're female Custodes, just be smarter about the retcon. Like at the end of the day, yes, Custodes were made with like top tier genetic engineering that is thousands of years in the future kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're
But
second only
be
to
smart about how you're introducing them.
Yeah.
they're second
the
only to the
canon.
Primarchs in their skill for the gene sculpting, because the Primarchs were hand done by the Emperor. The Custodians as well were hand done by the Emperor, but he didn't take as much care.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
but he also did them the favor of turning off the aging gene entirely,
Mhm.
which is terrifying when I had the realization, like, oh,
Yeah, now there's Custodians at any
he
given moment.
he knew which switch to flip to
Well,
not slow aging down. He knows how to tell the telomeres you're done.
no, it's actually quite simple. It's actually a very simple genetic trick to do in terms of um, accomplishing it. It's just that we can't do it. Like we
No, I know he
physically
knows
can't
how.
do it.
No, but he knows how to physically tell the telomeres, hey man, you're done. Stop.
Right, but
Stop
the
growing.
telomeres are actually not done. The thing is this is what lobsters do is they actually add to their telomeres. And that's
Yeah,
why they are unaging. It's
no, I
it's
know,
the opposite
Snaky,
of
and
done.
the Emperor had a way to physically do something similar.
Yeah,
Either tell it to stop or just keep adding.
yeah. What I'm saying though is it wouldn't stop. Stopping the telomere is what happens right now. Like that's why we age is because the telomere stops.
If I emailed James Workshop, do you think they'd answer which
James
version it
Workshop.
is? Yeah, good old James. Do you think good old James could tell me the lore? Could he clarify if he found a way to freeze the telomeres, or if he just adds on like they're fucking lobsters?
That's actually secretly they're all half lobster.
The custodians are just halfway back to crab.
It all
They're
comes
just
back to
halfway
fucking
back.
crab.
Hey, they all return to crab. It's why they always crawl
Oh.
sideways, It's why you've never seen a Custodes run at you.
I'm gonna be honest. If you've seen a custodians run at you, you're lying because you're already dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. That's the joke, man. But yeah, as Gray posted, yeah, the canon versus fanon. It's like, yes. I mean, technically, even speaking, the fanon armors that you've seen, you could justify that armor showing up somewhere in the Imperium.
Oh, definitely.
I
Like,
mean,
at
you
the
have
end
the
of the day-
Repentia, so anything's possible.
At the end of the day,
I've never, even in like, it's not the most like depraved interpretations. I've never seen the fanon armor look like the right. It's usually still, aside from the chest plate, it's usually still pretty sensible for the aesthetic.
Yeah.
My existence is pain. I sneeze, but my nose is so blocked the force backlashed into my neck and back.
Hey, at least you didn't sneeze so hard you shit yourself.
Yeah, I've never done that before.
Yeah. So that you have things to look forward to.
Great. I'll do it when I'm hopefully 80.
Sisters of Silence duties is to hunt down psychers efficiently without too much collateralling at the tides. Custodians are certainly capable of doing these duties, but they won't be able to do them nearly as well, male or female. Well, I mean, also, it's the fact that Sisters of Silence are more disposable than a Custodes is, and so if shit happens, then it's like,
only slightly, because they are blanks, and blanks do not come up nearly as much. And when
sure,
they
but
do,
Custodes don't come up nearly as much.
well, that's because first of all, they only recruit from Terra. Oh, and secondly, there can only be 1,000 custodians at arms.
Well, yeah, and the fact also that don't they use Auramite, or is that only the Emperor?
They use Ormite,
Yeah.
but typically the suits will just be passed from one that's retiring or dead to the next guy.
Indeed.
The weapons are Or not, because they're completely crafted for each individual. Not in a factory line, but by a craftsman. That's why their stats are fucking heavy bolters. But yeah, the sisters, typically, you're not going to see them that much aside from the black tithes, or the black ships. Imps. And alongside the custodies is as part of, okay, we're going to be supporting you because we've just been working with you for 10,000 years and we know what you do. We know every single one of your things.
Yeah.
But
I
they
mean,
both have
yeah,
their
it's
own
just like,
roles in the Imperium to do.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's like, it's not really feasible for 1,000 custodies to go run around collecting psychers when their job is to basically wage eternal war upon the giant hole in the warp.
Yeah. Their job is to be
Yeah.
bodyguards to specific individuals, to guard the palace, and to be an absolute nightmare to anyone that's threatening the Imperium. That isn't already being dealt with by somebody else.
Yeah. It's still my favorite thing, realizing how terrifying it is for one of those to be assigned to a planet your own to help you.
Oh man, Azure Lane really lays on the porn. Damn. Can you guys
Oh,
read this? No,
another.
I will not be reading that out loud. The reason why I will not be reading that out loud is because I tried to read that myself the first time it was posted on Science Server, and I fucking got an aneurysm. So I'm gonna refrain from doing that.
I'd also say no, simply because that has the potential to be bad and to say out loud.
I don't think it would have the potential to be bad to say out loud. I just don't think it actually adds anything to the current situation that
Yeah.
would benefit me to talk about.
hmm
Nickelodeon. Every child is cursed with that. Well, our generation at least.
Nickelodeon.
Let's see. Will my chat actually load this time?
No,
Oh, there we go.
dang it.
Well, it's not like anyone's been talking. Right, so I actually had a funny text story before we got massively sidetracked with actually doing this podcast.
Mm.
No,
Mm.
you don't say.
Shit, I don't even remember the text story
Oh
now,
yeah,
though.
this all started from Sign trying to once again make Pontiac instead of just
Yeah.
Yeah, people were, well,
saying,
it's not so much Sign wanted to make money, it's that he was getting a ton of DM requests to...
just shove her into someone's head. That's it. There. Problem solved.
Tanya the Demon, giving unsolicited advice from the warp.
Oh god.
And
Gilliman is stuck with this little runt.
According to the
Yeah.
Chicago School of Economics, shut up about the Chicago School of Economics. The Emperor, I don't know, I like the Chicago School of Economics. Shut up about the Chicago School of Economics.
the funny thing you could do in keeping with Primarch is just put her as one in the head, or put her in the head of like Mortarion, Kurz, or Perturabo, and it's just like, please shut up. Because the only one of them that would actually fucking like that is G-Man. Because G-Man just wants to do his logistics. That's it. But no one lets him have his little trains.
He would be so happy if he could just handle the trains.
Yes.
He would be so ecstatic. Oh.
Father, I have 500 worlds. Make them the greatest thing ever. Yes, sir. 200 years later. Wow. I did not expect him to do this.
Yeah, I'm currently listening to the Dark Imperium audiobook.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Gilman having a slight inner monologue near the beginning of like, yeah, I woke up and found out the custodians had just been sitting on their asses doing nothing for the last 10,000 years on Terra. For some reason.
Yeah, they basically have done fuck all, which their main job is to protect the Emperor, and only a couple of them are proactive about it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like, that's the Custodian's main problem lore-wise. For the longest time, they were literally just lethargic in lore. They did fuck all. They didn't do anything. They never went out and did anything. You just knew them as, oh, these are the guys who are with the Emperor all the time. And no one gets in.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just signs being retarded per usual. It's always going to cause problems. But anyway, the other thing I am going to talk about, which is unfortunate that Sign
Sign-
isn't actually here, and the fact that you fucking Atin isn't here for
So
this
I'm
one
being
either. Is...
retarded. Has he got an L
No,
for
no,
us?
no, 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 not this time. So this time it's someone
Yeah.
else being retarded at Sign, and that would be a case of someone gave Sign a 1-star review on the Star Wars story on Royal Road.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And the reason for the 1-star review is it's a great story, but the author dared to say that older technology and alternative technologies might be better than what is currently in Star Wars.
That's true even in real life. What the? It is. Some of it's better than what we've got, and even in Star Wars, some of it is.
Let me pull up the exact words here. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Fuel does not exist in the Star Wars universe unless it needs to be there for a plot reason.
Okay.
Huh?
You've cracked the code of writing.
Right? Repulsors are everywhere, and the reason why they're everywhere is because I arbitrarily say they are easy to produce and cheap, and also don't take any fuel to use, which is why everyone uses them. The author saying that the Gundams are a viable alternative to shitty chicken walkers is stupid, because I like the chicken walkers, and the chicken walkers are canon. The author should read what the DARPA engineers produced in a report post-World War II as to why battle mechs don't work.
He knows he's reading a sci-fi story, right? Like, yeah, it's fan fiction, but at heart, it's a fan fiction of a sci-fi story.
Yes. Well, I mean, also at the same time, my immediate response was, if repulsors are so cheap, free, and everywhere, then why can't we just put repulsors on key stabilization points on the battle mech? If that's the big issue, because I know the report he's talking about, and effectively the problem is the same problem we've been having with the robots ever since we invented fucking robots, is robots have a hard time walking normally and doing things while walking because the amount of small minor adjustments that our bodies subconsciously make is really hard to replicate in a robot that has like a 100th of the flex and you know, movement capabilities of a normal human, right? So if his issue is that they are unstable, then just put repulsors on it and now it's suddenly stable and works and free and better. Like,
Yeah.
I just his own logic doesn't even hold up in his own post, which is just wild. Um, and what's even more wild, like getting actually into it, because you know I fucking come down on Sign whenever he tries to do stupid, weird shit in his stories, that make no sense. Is like everything he's complaining about in terms of the tech in the story and the tech shifts that Sign is implementing in the story are all shown in the story why he's doing that or why the characters hold these opinions. They literally explain that they can get multiple railgun shots off because they're shooting from such an absurdly far distance away, which is the railgun's optimal range, that the ships aren't able to send radar waves faster than the projectile can travel and hit them. So they're able to shoot multiple times before they even know they're being shot at. So that's obviously a superior technology to driving up next to another ship and trading broadsides. Duh. But apparently, in his opinion, so people, this actually pissed people off. People started going at him in the comment section. And they were like, well, what
Oh.
about these things in the Wikipedia? And he's like, oh, well, that's from the extended universe, and I don't consider that canon.
Okay. No, he can go.
Yeah,
He can leave.
His sign called him out. You're a purist.
No. No. He
No,
can
he's
leave.
not a purist.
There was only one canon, and it is not Disney's canon.
True.
The purist in the terms of this is for Star Wars is the extended canon. Anything that came before Disney acquired it.
And, like, the thing is, right, like, he even talks about fuel pellets. Oh, repulsors use fuel pellets. They don't use fuel anymore. Because this is what I'm talking about when it comes to people that are like 100, sub 100 IQ. In his mind, fuel is not substances that are consumed to provide energy. In his mind, fuel is liquid gasoline. And so because repulsors use pellets of fuel, which is not a liquid, it is therefore a completely separate substance that is devoid of the connotations of fuel. So in his mind, repulsors don't use fuel. They use pellets. You can't argue with these people. They physically can't comprehend the language you are speaking to them. They have invented their own language structure on top of your language and interpret reality through that structure, and you don't know what that structure is unless you sit there and become a fucking linguist and translate it. And even once you've done all that, they'll still say you're wrong. Because they're retarded. But anyway, yeah, Sign reported him to the moderators for leaving a incorrect review, basically, of the story.
Oh, good lord.
All right then.
Yes, that is, in fact, WoW lore in a nutshell. Trey. Yes. You are
Yes.
correct. But anyway, so so we shockingly actually got through all of the topics I want to talk about before 8 o'clock. I'm really proud of everyone here. Right. Anyway, so because we were just talking about extensively about Warhammer, I feel like why not talk about Warhammer crossovers? Because what is more exciting than Warhammer? Warhammer crossovers. And by exciting, I mean painful.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. I already had that open. I was like, damn, is Sneaky going to go regular Warhammer or the crossovers to cause more pain to everyone?
It has to be crossovers specifically because nothing else really does anything.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, well, I mean, the problem with Warhammer fanfiction, just based Warhammer fanfiction, is it's everyone trying to be
The main
something
problem
else.
The main problem with it, first things first, is 40k is way too big. Whatever
Yeah.
you're writing about doesn't matter
Yeah.
unless it is grand scale. But if you're writing grand scale, then you have all these moving parts.
Yeah.
And unless you're G-Man, you're not going to be good at moving all those moving parts unless you take literal decade to write this story out.
I mean, not only that, it's also you physically, mentally, as an author, would not be able to keep track unless you got like a fucking corkboard with, red threads going everywhere, being like, okay, so because
A
I
corkboard.
moved the yeah, you're right, hit multiple corkboards. But yeah, so it's is what it is. Which means fanfictions of the crossover variety are far more interesting simply because you can actually tell a story with that because it doesn't matter about the Warhammer world. Unless, of course, you're trying to cross over into the Warhammer world, at which point it's just like a fucking lie. But you can now tell a story of a space marine ending up in, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Dragon Age.
There was the one going into WoW.
Yeah.
The only one that
There's
makes
actually
sense
two going into WoW.
Yeah, the only crossover into 40k that makes sense is just sending the Doomslayer in, because he just breaks power scaling.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's the only one where it's like, why are we throwing him in? Because it's not a question of can he beat Chaos, it's a question of how long will the warp exist once he gets to it.
Yes.
It's not a question of will he beat them, it's a question of when does he beat them.
Yeah. Like, the only Warhammer that you can realistically do normally is fantasy. Because even AOS, I hate having to even utter that fucking franchise, even AOS is so far out from anything else that it can go into, because fantasy is mid-fantasy. It's not low because you still have all the magic flying around. And it's not really high because the magic is around, and the fantastical creatures are around, but they're not, anyone and everything can use it. and it certainly ain't good to use it. But fantasy is the best thought that you can transfer in, with the main
Right.
problem literally just being, okay, what do you do that changes it? Like the shepherd going in was interesting because it was a character changing how the history went.
Sure.
Outside ain't that. Eh, I haven't seen anything else that's been really interesting in that vein. Granted, nothing really goes into it anymore since they fucking murdered it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Gray, they couldn't do the 2 to 4 year burnout period for maximum profit with it.
Oh, they could
Why would
have.
they keep
Yeah,
it?
they actually could have. The reason they got rid of it was literally so that they could copyright. Because they couldn't copyright because this was the time period where they tried copywriting the Imperial Guard. And then they
No,
immediately got
that
screwed over.
yeah, no, that get out of here. Seriously? You're the Imperial Guard as a concept is about as old as the First Empire.
Oh, absolutely.
Get
They
oh my god.
they tried
I
to
love
copyright that, and that's why they had to move to Astra Militarum.
God, I
Oh
hate
yeah,
greedy
yeah.
fuckwits. Oh,
And
greedy fuckwits are the worst.
yep,
I
and
remember that.
that's why Fantasy had the end times, because they could have just kept going indefinitely at the current time period. But they decided we need to reset and do all these things. They made a huge promotion out of it, and they fucked up, and they
Oh
fucked
yeah,
up
of course they
again.
fucked up.
The
All the
British.
people that wrote the good lore were fired for being too white and male because they're British.
This was back in 2014, in 2015.
Great. This
Which,
has been an
yes,
ongoing issue for the past 20 years.
yes, I'm aware. It was not as prevalent then at that point.
Oh no, it was as prevalent back then. It just wasn't as obvious. They weren't they went full mask off around the point of 2014, but it was a building public facing issue since 2008 at least. And the people in the places of power, I mean, we're talking they were there for a decade. By the time that's why they went mask off in around 2014 is because they were so tenured and so buried deep in all of these companies that they basically couldn't be gotten rid of.
Hmm.
And they were right. We couldn't get rid of them. They had fundamentally changed the culture of a lot of these companies.
Yeah. But regardless, it's going back.
Yeah.
They basically got rid of fantasy solely so that they could copyright everything by changing elves to elves,
Elves.
orcs to orcs, etc. And then obviously they had to put in a Space Marine counterpart, so they made the Stormcast, which
And
are
the
fucking
Stormcasters.
stupid.
Oh sure, but their designs are so cool.
Yes, their designs are cool. Their lore is awful. I fucking despise them.
Is this one of those things where like I should never look at the lore so that I don't ruin the design for myself? Because that happens sometimes. Where you're like,
So
oh, this is such an amazing design, and you get the lore like that's
the
stupid.
basics of it is
Why?
literally, hey, they are humans and such that go up to Sigmar. They have a reforging where they get bound to Sigmar, and lightning and stuff. Don't remember the full extent. But they are basically immortal. Well, now they go and fight. Whenever they die, they get sent back to Sigmar. He reforges them. Eventually, you get to the point where they don't even remember where they came from, and then they're shoved into a chamber and locked away until finally when the Vermintide came in for the third time. Hey, they went, okay, open the fucking doors.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a Stormcast game now in the style of Space Marine 2. And then they don't say anything about all that. Not a word about the fortune.
Yes.
Not a single word
They
about.
make no
Listen,
mentions to any of the lore. I want a loreless game.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm normally all for stupid lore. That's not even.
I am
That's not
paraphrasing.
even entertainingly stupid.
Yeah. Like, another thing as well. Chaos has functionally won so far, and we're already on third edition, going into fourth over there, apparently. Every single realm except for 2 is under Chaos.
I see.
Yeah, that's the other problem when you fill your entire writer base with people who idolize evil, is that the bad guys win.
Yep. And one of the 2 places that is not completely fucked is the death place, where Nagash is. And no one is able to beat fucking Nagash.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So literally, Chaos has won. They are trying to make it a thing where, oh, we're crusading out from the one last bastion. And things are not going well. It's bad.
Oh, sounds like it. That sucks.
Also, the Order factions are not even morally good people on about half of them.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Like, there's the Sea Elves who just go, in. They basically drew Kari all over the place. And they're apparently the good guys.
Yeah, like I said, this is what happens when you let your entire writing staff be basically chaos worshippers, and then you tell them, oh, well, you have to make sure to write the order factions too. And they're like, okay, we'll write the order factions, and then they write the order factions, and the order factions are just chaos, but with the stamp of good guy on their foreheads.
Pretty much. Like, the only ones that didn't get fucked over by it are literally the dwarves. Because they're dwarves.
Yeah, probably because someone is obsessed with dwarves inside the writer camp still, and they basically are refusing to let any changes occur.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder how that works.
Yeah.
Insane.
Anyway.
Let's look at some of these crossovers we got here. Everyone make sure to get your bingo sheets out, because these guys are going to be terrible. As they always are.
Yep.
As they always are. Alright, generate a new bingo sheet. Alright, so we got drinking. Sign L. Alright. So we start off the night with Neon Zangetsu, because of course we do. Can't be a popular section without Neon Zangetsu showing up.
Oh, why?
Kill
why
the
is it
boy.
First?
Forget the promise of progress and understanding. In the grim dark future, there is only war. There is no place for the kind. The mercy, its weakness. Kill the boy and let the man be born. A tormented shinobi finds himself stranded in the unforgiving realm with no path home. The only way is through. Let there be war. You already said that like 3 fucking times now.
It's even worse that the
harem.
It's even worse that the title in the summary is literally just a Game of Thrones fucking reference.
I know. And then the character list is the Emperor, the Primarchs, Saint Celestine, and Naruto Uzumaki. I wonder who's ending up in Naruto Uzumaki's harem. Surely not Saint Celestine.
No, it's definitely the Primarch Sneaky. Why else would they be listed?
No, it's obviously the
Everyone-
Emperor.
It's the
He's
Emperor,
incarnating himself into a big-tittied goth girl just for Naruto.
I hate this.
If it's any
yeah.
better, Gray. No one's here really liking it.
I don't care about Warhammer, so I don't mind. I'm just gonna sip my tea.
I wonder these days, is he using AI yet to write his dogshit stories?
I don't know. He was always really fast and getting.
I'm
like,
new
good
to
pay out of top.
Warhammer, and I'm doing my best to learn. I like the salamanders. There might not even be an actual real pairing in this story. Warhammer, especially Warhammer 40k, isn't really known for being good about romance.
No, really?
With my 16th year anniversary on this site finally here.
There are I can probably count on one hand out of the 20 or 30 audiobooks I've listened to where there is an obvious romantic pairing. And one of those I'm counting is an explicitly stated old married couple, lamenting how they feel they wasted their lives working for the Adeptus Mechanicus as they decided to go heretic.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, romance isn't a big thing. Buddy, if you want romance, go look at rom-coms and slice of lives. Come on, man. Go rewatch Toradora. Like,
I need to
well, I
watch
mean,
that at some point. I've heard
it's a
I-
great
good.
little slice of life.
Tordor is great.
it's
And
a
some
very
of the-
sad. Did you guys hear the Uma?
Yeah, his sister
Oh
died.
yeah, the author's sister. Here's the thing. I've watched the anime. I loved the sibling relationship. I saw that. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then I read for it's like the inspiration for the. Oh God.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
headline hit me twice.
Yeah. It is a sad state of affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Here. But yeah, so anyway, 16 years of Neon Zangetsu on this platform. That is
sad.
Crazy.
It sounds like a threat.
Kind of does sound like a threat, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ignore your threat and open up Black Flag and just stroll around the seas with sea shanties playing.
You know what?
This is my chosen coping mechanism for tonight's stream.
That's
That is
completely
fair.
understandable and fair. I'm gonna select this one and this one. That's how you know it's a good one. Yeah, you know
Also,
what, I will put
Sneaky.
cheese on it. Yep.
Black Flag is crazy because I forgot 2013 was pretty much the end of the era of being able to skip opening logos.
I know, right? Well, to be fair, the reason why you couldn't skip opening logos was because on the consoles they needed the extra time to actually load the game.
Oh, I know, but on PC, you were able to skip a lot of logos up to 2013. A lot of AAA projects, you could skip the logos.
Oh no, I know. That's what
Valve
I'm saying
had
is the reason why they took that out is because they were too lazy to.
I figured it was the narcissism of the staff members they were starting to hire at the time.
You know what? If you told me that, I would totally believe you.
Yeah.
Like 100%, totally believe you.
As
But
a
yeah.
reminder that 1 to 2 years after that is when we got our favorite Far Cry game, Sneaky Far Cry 4,
Yep.
where you couldn't skip cutscenes,
Yep.
even on a second playthrough.
Yep.
That's stupid.
Yep. Well, that was also the start of That was kind of that's basically kind of the start of the secret ending, wasn't it? The secret endings in Far Cry. Did Far Cry 3 have a secret ending that started at the start of the game?
No, that was
Oh
Far
yeah,
Cry 4.
no, I think Far Cry 3 did have one, but it was a bad
No.
ending. Like, basically, you didn't escape and they just killed you.
Oh yeah, no,
had two
you're
choices at the
you're
end.
given a binary choice at the end of the game: leave with your friends or
Oh
stay
no!
and
I
sacrifice.
meant with because all Far Cry, because 3, 4, well 3 no, 4 and 5 both had secret endings where if you didn't move during the
Like
start of
how
the
if you
game, it would
wait
give you a
8 to 10
special
minutes,
ending.
Pagan Min gives you an ending.
No,
And
so five's ending was you walked away and you didn't arrest them. Four's was you waited for Pagan Men to
Right.
answer his call. 3 didn't have that. 3 just
I thought 3 did have a special ending, and where you just stayed captured and they killed you. Like,
no, I don't think so.
no. Well, I do know. Yeah, you are right though. Is they did have a secret ending that was actually at the end of the game, where choosing the girl, she goes crazy Aztec style on your ass.
yeah.
Which I think you could only choose the girl if you completed your tattoo ritual.
I don't remember because, of course, I completed the Tatao. Why wouldn't I? All the skill points were so cool in that game.
Yeah, they were.
So
Wait, you mean
I
like
wouldn't
maxing
know
out
if you needed.
getting every tattoo?
I don't know if that was a requirement or not
I
because
don't think
getting
I
the
did that,
tattoo was
and
so
I think I got that
fun.
ending.
Thought it was just a choice at the end.
Yeah,
You
it was.
choose
I thought it was a straight
Yeah,
choice. You had a choice of killing
nine.
them or just not, or freeing them.
No. Your friends go free no matter what. The choice was: do you go home with them or do you stay?
Yeah.
I thought it was you kill them or you stay, or you kill them or stay
No,
or leave.
No.
no, they let them go
Huh.
because Jason's end goal ultimately is get his friends home. He doesn't necessarily have to be with them for them to get home.
Anyway, I find myself
Yeah.
reflecting on the things in life. What was once a lazy pastime for me and friends grew and evolved over time. There are days where I look back on the 15 years of my life on this website, and I wonder if anyone will ever remember me, if I ever really made an impact, despite never making a single cent on my stories. Some days were happier than others. Some stories I enjoyed too much. And of course, there are times when I look to the future and wonder what I will do. Until then, I will keep writing. So here we go. The fate of
No,
this
God
story
willing.
depends on you, the reader.
God willing, Neon's Zengetsu gets forgotten. And him and his slop.
Oh, damn, dude.
I have been producing slop for 16 years for free, and now kids pay for it.
I mean, that's the nature of publishing anything on the internet. It's either a
Oh, so
passion
there's no
project or a
requirement. It's just
moneymaker.
okay.
I'm gonna be honest. That opening blurb that you just read to us, Sneaky, had some real like. We won't name names, but everyone will know what I'm referring to when I say that had some real discovering empathy in your 30s energy to it.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Max, to some people it doesn't come naturally.
No. Game, why did you do that to me?
It wants you to suffer, of course. I will
Stop.
never forget when I was playing Black Flag, and I one day went into the port, and then when I came out to get my ship, I was like, "Where's my ship? I can't see my ship. Where'd my ship go?" And then as I got closer to the dock, I started to clock that something might be a little bit wrong, because my ship was still there at the dock, It was just it, and
What?
the water it was sitting on was now 100 feet below the map. So there was a giant hole in the map where the water was now below ground.
Yeah, that
And I was
tracks.
just like, what the fuck is going on?
That's amazing.
And so I'm like, well, what happens if I just climb onto the ship while it's sunk in the geometry? And so I climb onto the ship, and the
Oh,
ship
no.
proceeds to have the physics turn on, and it proceeds to launch into outer fucking space.
Good old Ubisoft.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, good days, good
I
days.
forgot one of the weird things about the subtitling for Black Flag is the random capitalization.
Yes.
For no reason, sometimes words are just treated as proper nouns out of nowhere. It's like,
Yep.
what am I supposed to do with this, guys? If this was a traditional RPG, every single one of these words is warning me the final boss is going to kick my shit in with 10 different status effects.
Yeah.
How was I supposed to know that the boss would fight with poison-dipped pistols that he fires backwards? Well, if you paid attention to the opening tutorial dialogue, every single word they capitalized was actually what the final boss was going to do. What?
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to do that as a 2-hour shitpost game now.
Yeah.
You are a
2 hours
horrible
feels
person.
2 hours feels like a solid threshold for the average person to forget opening dialogue and not pay attention to the subtitling.
You have to
Yeah.
make it like something like esoteric, like they can't actually beat the final boss. If they try to fight the boss normally, the boss goes through a combat cycle where it just inevitably kills them at like the 30% mark or something. But unless you do like Thundera, Faraga, Blizzard, and then heal, and then do a normal attack and then a heavy attack, then the boss dies because that was what you told them
No.
to do at the start of the game.
Sneaky, that's what it is. You're like, all right, here's your normal attack. All right, good job, you got the dummy. Now do a heavy. Great. Now you need to do a jump. All right, congratulations. Now try these 3 spells, and then gives you your 3 basic spells.
Yeah.
And that's the entire sequence to kill the boss once he hits 30%.
And
Good luck
then
remembering
basically,
that.
what you have to make the NPC say something like, "Damn, you're so good at this. You could practically beat the demon lord like this."
Oh, you are devious.
And
Axe.
just for extra like FU points, that specific sequence needs to be like not the most inefficient, but one of the most inefficient roulettes for attacks.
Yeah, like no one would ever just do that. Yeah.
It's like, because it's like, oh well, what's the most efficient way? It's like, oh well, you fire fire, then a normal attack, and fire again, then you cancel into a heavy attack, and you hit ice at the end. It's like, oh okay, yeah, that's super efficient for damage. Because that opening tutorial showed you a horrible chain.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. That'd be funny. That'd actually be really funny.
That feels like a rage game in waiting.
You know what?
Yeah.
You could. You could probably also make it very memey if you really wanted to. Do shit like insert fake microtransactions into the game.
Okay.
You devious
The-
bastard.
The game has to be no longer than, I'm going to say, 4 to 6 hours worth of time. We're going to give them 4 different currencies because you're traveling through 4 different regions who refuse to cooperate.
That
Now you get to figure out how currency conversion works. Good luck.
You see, I just merely asked for an economist's input on this, and I just let them go hog wild. I did
honestly,
not filter them at all
I
or cross-check anything that they did.
okay. It would be so funny if part of the credits was the author for Tanya's light novel.
Oh.
The
And it's just
Chicago
like
School of Economics.
it's like, is that why the economy was so robust?
that would
Indeed.
be the stupidest, greatest game.
Zion, you need worthy opponents. That one retarded anti-precog thinker power that Eidolon randomly rolls. Man, it would sure be funny if I stepped in right now. True. It would be funny, but it's only funny in retrospect. Like if Wildbow had did that in Cannon Worm, it wouldn't be funny, and people would be decrying him as undervaluing the fight or some shit. Because, people are like that.
Yeah.
I am, the reason why I'm not reading more is I'm currently cleaning my glasses. Because I don't usually use the spray to clean my glasses. I usually just wipe it down with a microcloth, like a dipshit. But sometimes the oil buildup is too mighty for my microcloth to handle. Now you might be asking, what are my eyes doing so oily? I am also asking that question.
I'm not. It's you. Why would I question any random medical weirdness you have at this point?
While a true statement, it is still quite hurtful.
I'm sorry, I'm not the one who has several stories of the doctor going, I've never seen this. What is wrong with your body? Now am I?
No, you're not. Still hurtful.
Oh, the doctors have said that about you too, Sneaky?
Yes. I got blood work done, and the blood work came back, and they're like, wow, you're really healthy for your weight. Also, like, actually, you're just really healthy. There was one concern, however. Your white blood cell count is so high that if I didn't know better, I thought I was looking at a terminal patient's blood work. I was like, well, I see. It's that bad. She's like, yeah.
Then there's the
I
whole
love
thing
the
with your
sheer
blood.
escalation it went. Like, yes, you're healthy, except also you have enough for someone drastically sick. It's like,
Yeah. Also, one of my favorite stories of Sneaky's What the Fuck Body is his xenomorph blood, in which it's a specific kind of toxicity that means he can't donate
Yeah.
and kills mosquitoes from time to time.
And ticks.
I'm sorry.
Good for you.
Yeah, I live in a forest, and as a child, I never got bit by mosquitoes, really. If I did get bites, I would only get like 1 or 2 bites throughout the night, and then like, everyone else would be getting like 30. And then one time I was checking myself for ticks, and I found a tick dead on me, semi-full of blood. So, like, it drank a little bit of blood, detached, and then died.
Yeah, that tracks.
And then I found another tick on me that just wouldn't eat. Like it didn't bite me. It was just chilling on me, empty of blood, starving itself.
It
Not-
knew.
not wanting to bite me. And I was like, okay. A little bit weird, but alright. And then, yeah, I got blood work previously as well, but long ago. And they're like, yeah, you can't donate blood because it would be poisonous to people. I was like, alright. That's a little weird that I'm fine,
What
but
do you
okay.
mean by poisonous, per se?
So it's a wild thing to just tell someone and then not elaborate on.
My favorite part
Yeah.
is I can call Sneaky toxic, and it will be true no matter in what
I'm
way I
very
mean it.
toxic. Yeah.
Yes.
I told my guildmates that in WoW. Way back in the day.
But did they have a
And
similar reaction?
they said I was like a battery acid.
That is amazing.
But one that keeps being fed orally to them daily.
Oh,
That's amazing.
I see.
Oh.
And so they were
What-
like, yeah,
what
it's like
great
a good
friends.
battery acid. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works.
I'm not sure you understand what that means.
I am also quoted in that guild telling the guild leader who played a druid that they were so stupid and such a bad druid player that if I stuck them in a paper bag and began microwaving it, they wouldn't be able to get out.
What?
They then proceeded to agree with me. I don't
That
know
is
where
amazing.
younger me was going with that one, but it worked.
I just, that was a real, like, man, you didn't have to call me out that hard. Come on.
Anyway, so here we go. Kill the boy. He found a boy lying in snow. I'm sorry, is this Warhammer, Naruto, or fucking Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Sea of Thieves wants you to know that Season 18 has just begun.
Okay. Why is Sea of Thieves telling you that?
I don't know.
Did you ever play Sea of Thieves?
No.
I actually saw someone try to claim that Sea of Thieves was a better pirate game than Black Flag. They got stumped in the
I've
comments.
seen that.
It's funny.
Oh yeah, Greg's, yeah, Orf just started bleeding. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah. He took my fucking bleeding. I was
How
not
rude of
aware
him.
that we had shared that as well.
How rude of him.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
I seem to also share that with Grey just randomly bleeding as well.
But do you do it at the same time as I?
I don't think we're synced. No.
Then you're not taking
Man.
mine.
I love watching ships spawn into Black Flag sometimes, because sometimes it's the most random Pirates of the Caribbean shit.
What, they just pop out of the water?
Yeah, they just pop into existence. Yeah.
Okay, occasionally they just pop up like the Davy Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unironically, that occurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
It's so
It-
funny, but it's just like, guys.
The
I know it's
reason-
2015, but guys.
The reason why they do it like that is because they have water physics for the boat, but they don't have physics programmed for what happens if you spawn the boat above the water. And because the water level can change depending on what the weather is in the map, what they do instead is they spawn the boat underwater. And so that way the boat physics will always put the boat exactly at the water level. The problem is the load distance. will be small enough that you'll sometimes see this process occur.
It's
Yeah.
funny as hell every single time it happens, though.
It is. But yeah, no, man. Being reminded of how good the dynamic weather system in this game was.
And then we got rid of it.
Oh no, they kept it for Unity. But it didn't. It no longer mattered.
Yeah.
Galleon. Just to forget. Just to forget with
Damn.
money. I don't need money.
I have
I need
discovered
materials.
Kaz's wife.
Ooh,
Hot.
huh?
Hot.
Oh yeah, or found that.
Wait, what?
It's a
Oh, no.
blue spider kobold. I'm not sure
Oh,
how to
I
take
see.
that.
I see it.
But effectively, it is a giant blue spider with hands for legs.
That isn't. That is cursed.
Yes, it
That's
is
something.
very cursed.
Still would, but my true wife is Ebrietis.
Yes, I know.
Of course it is, you fucking weirdo.
Let's see what else. Blah blah blah. No one gives a shit.
Oh.
Some things never change. Blah blah blah. Children. Blah blah blah. Mercies.
Another fun thing, by the way, about Black Flag that I finally hit that point in the story, Sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm getting to watch the different country ships all fight each other.
Nice. That was nice.
It's even funner because it's like, oh, these guys are all less than level 20. I'm just gonna scooch in here and kill still about half a dozen of you.
Anyway, yeah, so for some reason, whatever this character's point of view is, he's really psychically powerful, and he has the four Chaos Gods whispering to him, trying to make him go crazy and kill everyone in the world. And he's resisting them, but to resist them, he has to stay up on this mountain, isolated by the blizzard he summoned around himself. And he goes to help, I'm assuming, Naruto up, and Naruto instead attacks him because he was abused as a child by the villagers who would go on their yearly fox hunts.
He's still doing that fucking trope?
He is still doing that fucking trope, yes.
He was doing that in 2024 when he first posted this chapter, yes.
Oh, good lord.
Kill me now, end me before I end you.
Okay, edgelord.
Words that
Do we get dark
Naruto
and edgy from
definitely
that?
says. Yeah, go ahead and get dark and edgy for this. The
And do we
poster,
get
by the way,
bashing
is
for the
not
Konoha villagers
2014. This is
beating?
posted 2024, so that was only a year
Yeah.
ago. So
Yeah. Do we get bashing for him bashing Konoha villagers by beating Naruto?
no.
Damn. Oh well.
So yeah, we're
Some
gonna move
shit
on.
author will give me it.
Do we have dark and edgy? Dark and edgy. Come on, give me dark and edgy. Nope. Okay. Fuck off. I don't care. Ruby, 40K. What the fuck is that? What is that? Magnus the
Isn't
Red times Human Salem.
Excuse me?
Huh?
And it looks in this art style of fucking Steven Universe.
Yeah, in the art style of Steven Universe.
Warning, bad grammar in the very first chapters. In response for some questions, English is not my first language. I learned it as I written this fic.
Well, you clearly didn't, sir. Learn
So bad
English,
grammar?
that is.
So bad grammar then?
Obviously bad grammar. Literally says it right in the title.
For once, I don't have bad grammar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see.
Do I have bad grammar? Do I have bad grammar? Do I have bad grammar?
There
I
we go.
don't have bad grammar either.
Warhammer nerds, please answer me this. What's the age gap between Salem and Magnus the Red? Is it uncomfy?
No.
Probably not.
Depending on the timeline we're talking about here, Magnus the Red could very well be in his thousands of years old stage, and Salem's like tens of thousands of years old, or hundreds. So,
We're never really given a
Fair
good
enough.
timeline on Salem and Ozma's ages.
no, we're
No.
really not. But damn, their tech sure did accelerate fast unless they're really fucking old. Damn, their tech sure did accelerate fast. They went from literally not existing to having modern technology by the start of the story. So
Mm.
either that took a while.
Or dust really is some bullshit, huh?
Indeed. So anyway, this is a Ruby 40k story, as you can well tell, called Salem, the Immortal Empress, The Great Crusade by Gundam Ninshu. Salem is banished from her planet by the twin gods and sent to the broken world of Terra. She has despaired, but with new companions, she rosen up to Empress. Alongside Emperor, she oversees a rebirth of mankind. Warning, Brad Grimmer in first chapters. In response to questions, English is not my first language. I learned it as written this fic. Those are all words. Those are factually all words by technicality.
Doesn't mean they should have been put together.
Yes. So we got Salem. Warning. I do not own Ruby or Warhammer 40k. Okay. Prologue. The Mistress Inquisition. Salem is narrating. The 41st millennium. Being a citizen inside is to be individual drowned in the multi. It is to live in cruelest regime imaginable. That is patently false. The Drukhari are the cruelest regime imaginable.
Yeah.
Love Hammer, but it was written by a chatbot trained on Wattpad. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what's going to happen here. The powers of science and technology are fragile. Not really. Ready to fall into oblivion if we are not careful. What? A grim and dark time if you can step into if you dare, but you find no comfort. Forget your hopes for peace and prosperity. Abandon them because the nightmarish future of the 41st millennium, there is only war. What? What? Okay. Terra. What an intriguing planet. Ever since I trod it, since twins banished me from world I was born into, taken my magic away. Terra was always fascinated me. Magic did not exist. Instead, one could find beings called psychers mastering the psychic powers coming from infernal dimension named warp. Instead of grass, there was radioactive sand. Instead of spears and swords, firearms or lasers. Instead of flamboyant knights, barbarian empires. A world full of sardines, hatred, grief, and the like. Although the Grimmins were not there. A world where earthlings, unlike my world, be whatever they wanted without soulless monster to hinder them, without deity to rule them. Then one day, Emperor of Mankind ceased wars between these empires, uniting the world, bringing era of peace. For her part, Terra was not the only one inhabited. Several million worlds filled it with human beings. The Emperor dream is to unite them all under his banner. That is patently not what happened. Like, even slightly not what happened. Like, not even close.
Let him be a bit delusional, Sneaky.
I mean, this is not delusion. This is just straight up. He's just inventing lore that is completely contradictory to lore.
What's contradictory to lore?
The story we're currently reading, in where the Emperor was actually a normal dude who took over Terra and had a dream of bringing all of the worlds with humans on it under his banner.
As opposed to being a psychic guy that did that? I don't understand. That's just the lore.
He
Oh,
had a
really?
dream that one day humans will
I
be
thought
allowed
he was the
to
one that
come
put
with us.
humans everywhere.
What do you mean put them everywhere? Like no, because like there was the golden age of humanity, which the Emperor didn't have a direct hand in.
Right.
And then there was a bunch of warp storms that screwed
Right.
everything up.
Yep.
And that cast humanity into the Dark Ages.
Right.
And then when Earth was a bombed out nuclear shithole, the Emperor made the first Space Marines, the Thunder Warriors, to beat the shit out of everybody and say, hippity hoppity, Earth is my property.
Right.
Then, after that, he got control of Earth, killed all the Thunder Warriors, started making the Primarchs and the Space Marine Legions, and also took a side quest to go take over Mars and convince them that he's the Omnissiah. And then after that it was just going out and reconnecting, like finding human settlements that had gotten lost or disconnected or whatever, right?
Okay.
Also, I need to lodge a complaint with the Council of Grudges.
Uh-huh.
Why would you name a cookie shop Insomnia Cookies and then close at 7 p.m.?
Didn't they used to
the whole
close way
point
later?
is well, the whole point of them was that they were supposed to be open super late for people who had the munchies at like 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. Also, their cookies aren't very good.
Well,
I'm glad we
that.
couldn't go there then, but
that's probably
well,
why.
okay,
agrees with the name.
that's not fair. Their cookies are only good if they're warm, but if your cookie's only good when it's warm, you made a bad cookie.
True.
Yes. That's like saying
now,
if the fries are only good when they're hot, they're not very good fries.
True. Now I will say that the reason why they probably don't go to midnight anymore is probably because their cookies aren't good enough to actually attract enough business to justify being open that late.
All right, fair. But still, you're called Insomnia Cookies and you're closing at 7.
Yeah, that's a little bit, you know. Yeah.
Come on. At least stick around until, like, I don't know, 10?
Maybe they close early the night before Christmas Eve.
That'd be nice.
You know, like they
this
close
sounds like a
Christmas Eve and
corporate
Christmas
chain.
Day.
Yeah, that sounds like
could
a
be.
good thing. Companies wouldn't do that.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of with Sneaky on that one. That seems like a nice, wholesome thing to do, so they probably didn't.
So, did you get a chance to see the thing I pinged you for in Sign server?
Yeah, I responded.
Oh, you did? Right, yeah, you did. Yep. Yeah, I was just explaining that to everyone. About how apparently fuel is a narrative device and not actually a thing in Star Wars.
I just... Well, and then I found out Sign's trying to write Warhammer 40,000, which, first of all,
Yeah.
how dare he not come to me? Second of all, he can't write 40K.
Well, yeah, we also
he's too
covered
horny.
that one. Yeah, that too. But no, we covered that, and I was talking about basically where he's not trying to write 40K. He brought up in chat that he's been getting a lot of requests to write 40K.
I see.
From people. And he's like, well, I don't even know what a Primarch is. And I was like, okay, well, let me explain to you what a fucking Primarch is. And then he spent like about an hour jumping through mental hoops to try and justify how you could have a female Primarch with male Space Marines. And the female Primarch is actually like hot with boob plate and not a wall of meat.
You were this was in our little 40K chat that we use to keep isolation from the rest of people. The only reason a female Primarch would have any kind of mammary glands would be purely for social construction, done by the Emperor. Space Marines and Primarchs do not have genitals.
That's what I said.
They just don't have them. They're not there.
Yeah,
the Emperor's
I spent a whole hour ranting about that, about how even if you successfully turned women into Space Marines or Primarchs or whatever, you would just ultimately, in the end, just have another Space Marine. It wouldn't be a female Space Marine. It would just be another Space Marine, and they would look exactly like the rest of the Space Marines.
Except possibly have a smaller jaw.
Maybe.
Like, yeah, nothing would happen. There is, and this is a super big technicality. Technically, there exists 2 female Space Marines. Super big technicality. Both of them were made by Fabius Bile. One of them turned themselves into a demon who may or may not be helping her father out. It's very unclear. And she turned herself into a Slaanesh demon.
Of course, obviously.
I'm sorry, I should be clear. A demon prince of Slaanesh.
Obviously, yes, of course. Yes, as one
and
does.
The other one is part of Bile's quote-unquote new men, where Bile said, humanity, in order for humanity to win, humanity needs to evolve. And so he basically found a way to get, like, 75% of the way to a space marine, but also allow them to keep their genitals and reproduce.
Is Fabius Bible chaos corrupted yet or not? I keep forgetting.
That is entirely dependent on which version of Fabius Bile you're dealing with, because the man has, unironically, hundreds of clones, all made from an original base of Fabius Bile, who may or may not be running around the galaxy. And at least one version of Fabius Bile did make a deal with the Dark Gods.
Oh, of course. Amazing.
However, that version is currently attempting to weasel out of that deal as quickly as he transhumanly can. And the other versions continue to tell the Chaos Gods to suck a big fat one, you're not real.
Fuck off, nerds. You ain't real.
Indeed.
Yes. Just a reminder, some of the best 40K writing is Fabius Bile looking at Slanesh appearing outside of his window and saying, "You're not real. I don't care that my eyes are bleeding."
Fuck off.
Yeah, while his armor's internal pacemakers are kicking into high gear.
The pacemaker are going, his auto surgeon is freaking out, and he says, "Even as I stand here, actively dying, you aren't real." And there's an amount of chutzpah there that you gotta respect.
Anyway, so the story we're currently reading is Love Hammer, but 40K.
What a stupid idea.
And Ruby. And Salem is the good guy. And she married the Emperor.
Historically, bad things, it has not gone well being the Emperor's squeeze.
Yes, but you see, she's immortal, which means nothing bad can happen to her. Obviously.
No, she can still die and still feel pain.
Yes, I know. Blah, 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 blah. Canon happened despite me intervening. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, because I was there, actually, the Chaos Heresy, I stopped it. Salem, stopped the Chaos Heresy.
If anything, Salem would be drinking the Zinch juice.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
the only way this works is if
Yeah.
this is Salem shortly after being cursed with immortality. Like, she has to be
Yes.
flung out the same day.
Yes, this is Salem gets cursed with immortality, stripped of her magic, and then launched into Terra.
40K?
By the gods.
That is the only way that we have even the possibility of her not royally foobarring this the way that modern Salem would.
Yes.
Like, this has to be the Salem who is not yet tested the limits of the immortality, who is obviously, because it's human, Salem has not thrown herself into the pools of darkness as a last-ditch effort. And I'm still not sure she's going to do a good job, because that Salem was still kind of the naive damsel in the tower. Whose first attempt at vengeance failed.
I can
really
see
badly.
Sailor Moon stopping Chaos and Love Hammer because that tracks. Fair.
Well,
Salem,
yeah.
however, would jump into being a demon so fucking fast. True. Yeah.
Like I said,
No,
she
okay, you know what? If the demon can find out that she wants to kill the brother gods, then there's a high chance.
well, that's what I was about to say, Max.
Are
She's
you
going
kidding
to
me,
drink
game? Sneaky, the game just spawned a water spout 100 yards to my left and threw it right across me. How am I supposed to dodge that? How am I supposed to? It just spawned.
What game are you playing, Max?
Black Flag.
Well, Max,
Oh,
that's pretty realistic,
um,
actually.
I know, it's frustrating.
But yeah,
It's
no,
just
Max,
stupid.
she would drink the Zinch Kool-Aid at record speed because Zinch would go, "Hey kid, want to know how to kill God?"
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like...
Like he'd look over and be like, "Holy shit, I thought Magnus was
No-
gonna be easy."
Nose brings up a good point. Sailor Moon when Chaos tries to tempt her, but she can't read.
Sneaky, the game just threw a second water spout. It just spawned in right beside me.
Sir,
What is
sir,
this
Still
storm?
accurate.
sir, a
What
second
is
water
this
spout has hit the
storm?
back door.
Fucking...
Oh, so I won't name names,
No.
but Kaz reminded me
No.
of a funny little story. In where
I
someone
can't
not
watch
naming
the
names,
third
huh?
one either. Oh, wait. Oh, it changed course.
Are you tell? I was about to say, sir, a third water spout has hit the jack door.
Yeah, so someone
It
was
changed
telling me
course
online
at the last second.
about how they were having lots of digestional
fucking game.
issues and that they were really happy that their family had a bidet because it made those digestional issues easier on them. Right? And then, over the course of the conversation, they reveal they've been using the dirty bidet to do toilet water enemas.
Oh.
And
Ew.
I go, you realize you are shooting everyone's shit water up your ass. That's why you're having so many digestion issues.
Oh.
And she's like, wait, really? She stops doing it for a week, and she's like, oh.
What?
Yeah, I got better
What
nearly
individual
instantly.
was this?
I'm
this
not
the French
naming
one?
names. You don't know though, Matt.
Oh, two water
good.
spouts are about to slam into each other.
What if it makes a water tornado?
Thankfully, it did not do that, but, God, what a way to learn 12 years later that they had super spouts in this game.
But,
Hey,
yeah.
Assassin's Creed
so that
Unity, is
happened.
the DLC worth it? The Secrets of the Revolution one?
Eh. I mean,
It's okay.
if you're getting it on the
It's...
mega sale, it's fine. If you're not
Yeah.
getting it on the mega sale, do not buy it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not on
pretty much.
sale. Unity is, but the DLC isn't. It's $11 Australian, so I was just asking.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, Unity's on sale, but the DLC isn't. But the DLC for Black Flag is on sale, which is weird. Or it's part of the bundle.
You might want to buy the bigger edition than the deluxe edition or whatever the fuck came with a season pass, because that might come with it. If
that's
the bigger
probably a
edition's
little
on
cheaper.
sale, then yeah.
Yeah, that's almost guaranteed to be like $2 to $3 cheaper. Oh.
But yeah, anyway, so Salem rolled in. Yeah, the Chaos Heresy just ended in one sentence. Fixed that shit right up. And the Eye was banished.
You know,
And how is she just dismissing the Eye of Terror?
Oh, they got rid of it.
Just
did she broker a deal with Trazen?
No. She just got rid of it.
Maybe. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she just got rid of it.
You know, I feel like with the right words said and the right actions taken, you probably could at least prevent the heresy from occurring. That little stab wound in reality is going to take a little more effort.
Yeah. Also, it's largely impossible to prevent the heresy wholly, just because Conrad Kurz is still going to go insane.
Yeah.
Angron is almost unless you can physically intervene.
Well, I mean,
in Angron's
actually, no. You know
circumstances.
what? Actually, you're wrong, Atin. You can prevent the heresy from happening.
Kill all of the Primarchs?
Step 1 is you put the Emperor's woman in her place and prevent her from kidnapping all of the children in the name of chaos.
And then when they steal them anyway...
Well, no, that's been decanonized, that, and they could only do it with the woman's help now. So a woman is the sole reason as to why 40k is so terrible.
Woo boy.
A woman is the sole cause of all suffering that humanity in the 41st millennium undergoes.
Oh my god.
No, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Games Workshop.
Hang on a minute.
Based.
You are taking guilt away from Magnus, and I will not tolerate that.
No. See, the only reason why all of the Primarchs were in the position to fuck up the way they were was because they got fucked up by chaos. Which wouldn't have happened.
Counterpoint. Magnus is an absolute fucking idiot, and he would screw it up anyway.
You know what? I'll give you that, but probably it would. Okay, I mean, maybe the webway would have exploded, but I don't.
He definitely still would have managed to explode the webway.
Definitely would have managed to explode the webway. I will give you that. But I don't think the grand heresy that ends with the Emperor permanently on the Golden Throne forever would have happened.
That I will give you. But right, so if we go by the slightly less stupid lore, which is that Chaos just said hippity hoppity, these are our property. Like, unless you can actively intervene in the circumstances of the individual Primarchs,
which is hard to do on purpose,
you can't stop them, right? Like, especially because if you are intervening in one scenario, unless you have a dedicated team intervening in all the worst case scenarios pretty much simultaneously, they're just going to go for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, as far as I know, and Greg can correct me if I'm wrong, but none of them bothered to try for basic boring bitch Guilliman.
Do I just run on alcohol? Because I had one drink and now I'm feeling a lot fucking better. What the fuck is going on?
Yes.
You may
You're
in fact
Australian,
be
so there's a good
alcohol powered. Or
like,
just,
I have no idea what's going on, but my body feels a lot better. My nose is starting to unblock itself after a single drink.
You may be a severe alcoholic.
Potentially. I won't say no, because I can control myself and not drink when I want to.
Okay,
like,
but it sounds to me like you're going through a psychosomatic symptom of not drinking alcohol.
Oh, no, that I literally got sick from pure stress because of shit at my work, so.
Oof.
I guess because the alcohol takes the stress off.
That sounds like what a functioning would say, but yeah, sure, go off, King.
It sounds a lot like someone who's a functioning alcoholic would say.
Thank you for the compliment, Adam. Thank you for the compliment, Adam. I've never been called functioning before.
I mean, listen.
Jesus
you
Christ,
managed to put you managed to put your pants on 2 legs at a time, so you function at least minimally. But yeah, right. Like, even if you have someone there personally making sure that things don't go horribly for Angron and like prevent him from getting implanted with the butcher's nails, or as soon as he shows up in the Emperor's ship going, oh my god, get that shit out of him. Sure, you might be able to keep Angron from turning into a rage-fueled murder hobo. And subsequently his Legion from doing so. Maybe.
Well,
but
I want to piss Atin off and make him hurt and rage. So I'm going to keep reading this fanfic real quick.
Oh boy.
Because somehow, despite solving the Grand Heresy, the 41st millennium
Wait, don't tell me. Chaos returned.
Yes, somehow Chaos returned, and the 41st millennium is still how it canonically is, as we currently know it. Despite her completely changing the entire history and lore of
despite Horus not turning into
So anyway, it goes on about the orcs are brutal beings whose number and strength makes up for their intelligence. The Eldar, an ancient race, live in the galaxy in its early days, although on the brink of extinction, continue to believe they are superior. The Dark Eldar are corrupt communists who took down the bourgeoisie of the Eldar. Living in their dark city, they fulfill their vices as they derive joy from torturing. And for no other reason.
I have to ask, how much of that was exaggerated and how much is that literal? Because this fic sounds like it could be either.
Okay, so to be clear, there is a selection of Eldar. Oh my god, I fucking hate these people because I have to keep like 40k is a bunch of history nonsense, okay? I feel like I'm talking over here. Look.
This is why I'm glad I'm just a 40k normie. I know the basic
ultra abbreviated. The elves ruled the galaxy for millions of years and they got super bored, so they had hyperdrug murder orgies and hyperdrug murder orgied Slaanesh into existence. When that happened, before that happened, a bunch of Eldar looked around at everything that was going on and went, you're all filthy degenerates. I'm going to go be a monk, functionally speaking. I'm going to go live with a bunch of other monks on a traveling spaceship, and we're going to deny ourselves pleasure, and we're going to keep a tight rein on our emotions, and we're going to not have murder orgies. There was also a second group of Eldar that said, that's a little much for us. However, we're going to go be farmers and ride dinosaurs. Those are the Exodites, and the Exodites don't have models, and that's a crying shame, because the Exodites are actually the coolest version of the Eldar ever, because they ride raptors with laser lances. Why did they not have a mini?
Don't take it personally, because this author's a 17 to 18-year-old Frenchie, so...
I see. So, there's a bunch of Eldar that went off and did that. That's the Eldar that exists in 40k today. When Slaanesh came into existence fully, Slaanesh spawned in the center of the galaxy, right where the Eye of Terror is. That is not a coincidence. The birth of Slaanesh ripped a hole in reality, because when Slaanesh woke up, Slaanesh said, wow, look at all of these souls that are already mine, and said, help! I need a wake-up snack. The deaths of trillions of Eldar were Slaanesh's morning coffee. However, all the ones that survived through that, because they were not in the epicenter, the only way that they can keep Slaanesh from continuing to gobble their souls is to basically give her tiny little drip feeds of emotion. And that's the Dark Eldar. So they live lives of torture and murder and excess in order to keep Slaanesh from slurping their souls.
But, to be clear, Slaanesh does eventually eat all of them.
When they die, yes. The only way that you can keep Slaanesh from making a snack out of your soul is to either A, follow Ynid. Well, there's three ways. Follow the Laughing God, in which case the Laughing God, if he really likes you, may show up and either fight and or pull a fast one on Slaanesh to get your soul back. But that's pretty rare. The second way that most of the other Eldar do, both regular Eldar and Exodites is when you die, have a shiny little rock right next to you that will take your soul. And then your soul's hanging out in the rock and Slanesh can't eat it. The third way is to follow the newly created Eldar god of death, Yanid, who is basically said, hey, all the Eldar that you murdered, I'm getting like half the power from that, so I'm not a real god yet, but I can sure fight you for the rest of these Eldar souls. And I will.
Also, because the other thing though is like all the Chaos Gods are explicitly heavy emphasis on the chaos, and so they're not actual thinking forces. They are
amalgams of an
concepts.
emotion.
Yeah, amalgams of an emotion, concepts given emotive force, effectively. And so Slanesh won't be able to be like, oh, well, you are a problem, so I'm going to concentrate on fighting you. Slanesh quite literally has to keep following excess and overindulgence and torture and pleasure and pain. Like, they
Now,
can't.
it can direct its
Yeah.
followers to try and get rid of something, but it can't gather up all of its followers in one place and go, new strategic imperative, kill every Yanid follower, do it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. So, and that goes for all the Chaos Gods, and that's why all of the Chaos Gods. Well, that's more why Khorne and Tzeentch constantly foil themselves, because they literally cannot stop being what they are. So Tzeentch always has to make plans. Even when he has the perfect plan that actually makes him win, he still has to make a plan to interfere with that because he has to make plans. He has to change things.
Yeah.
And Khorne has to kill everyone because he wants everyone's souls, because he wants blood and he wants souls and skulls, and he wants everyone dead. And so he's basically a virus that kills faster than it spreads. He will eventually burn out his own troops in any one area.
Yeah, because if they're not busy ganking other people, then they have to gank them. Then they will eventually start ganking themselves. Unless, and this is why, right? This is why the Chaos Gods need mortal followers, because a mortal follower can follow their ideal but exercise judgment independent of that. And while they may have to remain a slave to whatever their basic principle is, they can elect to not do something. Right? They don't have to automatically lash out because, this general of Slanesh decided to stop constantly indulging in pleasure and get his act together for 10 minutes to get his troops to do a thing. I don't have to punish him for that. I can't reward him for it, but I can choose to do nothing. And just let him keep doing that.
Yeah, effectively.
And then, if he wins a big battle, I can go, great job, I love what you're doing. Continue to do exactly what you're doing and do not deviate.
I'm like, Tzeentch, I loved what you did. Deviate.
Well, no, it's not. It's not that Tzeentch says deviate. It's that this Tzeentch says, I love what you did. Continue doing it. While the Tzeentch over there in the corner says, yes, soon my plan to screw you over will come into being to enact my more perfect plan. Yes.
Yes. But anyway,
honestly,
this
the
story
only
is just
capable of being self-sustaining would be Nurgle.
Well, the Nurgle is the sin of sloth.
Well, Nurgle is sloth, decay, but he is also rebirth.
Well, yeah.
Renewal.
Yes. So he is the life cycle, but taken to an extreme in a bad direction. But
absolutely.
I'm specifically talking about his narrative. I'm specifically talking about his narrative inspirations. He's the sin of sloth. He's the sin of.
Yes.
I wouldn't say gluttony. It's just more honestly, it's actually really just sloth. In that, yeah, actually, if you ever fight a plague marine, don't. Just don't. Just bomb the world. If a plague marine shows up, just nuke the world.
Yeah, I would say unless you absolutely
Sounds
have
reasonable.
to, just don't.
Because space marines are hard to kill. This space marine is blessed by the god of renewal and disease. So not only is his endurance massively maxed out, but he's also healing from all the damage you do to him. And just by being in the area he's in, you've just caught all the STDs.
Including the psychic ones.
Yes. Including the ones that aren't even for humans. So, it's just not a good time.
Like that.
It's just really, we're just all really glad that he's the sin of sloth, and so basically they just don't do anything because they're all kind of really unmotivated.
Yeah. But yeah. 40k is a mess. Anyway, you can't have female space marines. You can't have female primarchs because none of them have genders at all. Male primarchs just the primarchs just happen to be built like brick shit houses, and so humankind assigns them a male designation because they're big, they're tall, they're muscular, and their voices are so deep that they can shake the room by yelling at you.
Well, and the fact that they used to be men, but yeah, that's it.
Well, yes, but even if nobody knew that they used to be normal people, they would, and that they didn't have genitals, they would still be assigned a male designation because all of those things
right, yeah. Well, it's more that they used to be men. It's like, okay, well, they used to be men. What are they like now? Instead of wearing fucking dresses and doing pirouettes for the regional leaders, I'm referring to the Ottomans. Get your head out of the gutter. Yes, the Ottomans did that. They got super deep voices. They have the most chiseled jaw in existence, and their muscles put muscles to shame. So people would naturally be like, "Oh, they're men." They started as men, and then they became bigger men.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things. But anyway, so what else we got here in the Warhammer crossover section? We got Warhammer Cult of the Lamb crossover. That's something. Sister and the Lamb. After losing her battle to the vicious orcs, a Sister of Battle finds herself on a strange new planet. Populated, for some reason capitalized. Let me so make sure to put this over here so everyone can experience this story. Don't want anyone to feel left out. After losing her life to vicious orcs, for some reason capitalized, a Sister of Battle finds herself on a strange new planet populated by only beastmen and corrupted and twisted by the twisted by the ruinous powers. She basically she gets reborn on this planet of air quotes beastmen, the Cult of the Lamb world, and she is turned into a furry. And now she sets off to do her solemn duty of purging the unclean faith. Will she hold steadfast to the Emperor or fall into the damnation at the hands of the old faith? Good night, Gray.
If she really is most Sisters of Battle would go, "Oh, it is time for me to go now. I will find a way to kill myself because I am a horrid monstrosity, abhorrent to the Emperor and his light."
Indeed.
Like, let's be clear. If there truly were a Sister of Battle, look, they have to keep the Sisters of Battle separated, depending on the Sisters of Battle. They have to keep them separated from abhuman auxiliaries in the Guard because they'll just go kill the mutants.
Her name is Sister Hostilla.
I can't tell if that's a really good joke or not.
You gotta give him this. That's a 40K name.
Yep. So everything
Yeah.
is currently centered text. I'm not sure why. Let's see, where's ye Umi's friends now, Screamy? Days all blown to bits, doesn't matter, you Screamy are just as strong as Debikis. You done understand, this planet is green. She fired her gun at the Big Mac, the Big Mac shot at her. Kay grabbed her chainsword. He ran at her. She ran at him. Sword from her chest, pulled it out, decapitated the snotling. You's having fun, haha, you gets it. Remember what Yerrick said, like for like. His head was cut off by her as she fell to her knees, struggling to keep vision. Her time has come, blah blah blah, eternally, death duty, end, dark void, blah blah blah, figure in the horizon, hair was white, blah blah blah, stone tablet, brown robe, blah blah blah, symbols, heretic symbols, 4 chains. Okay, so we're still centered here. We're completely centered. This entire story is centered.
A decision.
Mm-hmm.
That is a decision. Yup, nope, they stick with it. Oh, and the latest chapter is a skit. Written like a play skit.
Okay.
Why? Oh, wait, what the f is this story?
And he decided to write a Christmas tale interpreted through the orcs and religionized. The true meaning of Grotmus.
Oh, okay. They're doing a. They're doing a funny little sketch. Okay, sure, fine, whatever.
Yeah, but like I said, the entire thing is written like a skit. Do we even have that on the list anymore? No, we removed it.
We removed it
Yeah,
because
because we never read into it.
That's fucking insane. All right. You know what? I'll give everyone an okay, buddy. Because this is I don't know how to react to this story. I'm gonna be honest. Just gets an okay, buddy.
I don't have okay buddy on here. Are you kidding me?
Sorry for my absence. I was focusing on other things. I got the inspiration to write this by copying down Is It Orky on Father Christmas.
Hey, what have we had?
Dark Angst, Sign L, and
Harem and
Bad Grammar, Harem,
and then okay buddy just now.
and okay buddy. Yeah.
I do have to ask, the Salem Thick, did that first chapter get to the point?
It did get to the point, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I have none of those? I have okay buddy, but
yeah, we got Harem from Neon Zangetsu's summary. And I've found another one that is just, why does this exist? A fic. One living saint too many. It's like 3 down from this current story.
I'm leaving a review. I don't know how you have 10 chapters and not a single one of them is written in a fanfiction.net approved chapter style.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
And all of his reviews, except for one, is by one person.
Of course. Obviously. Intriguing chapter. Cool effort. Much intrigue. Cool. Epic. Epic. Cool. Awesome. You're doing great. Let's see here. We got a Warhammer Song of Ice and Fire crossover. That's sure to be completely stable. Jaime Lannister, the Tribune of the Adeptus Custodes. What?
What?
Can we skip that?
I was there the day Jaime Lannister killed the king. Such a salacious rumor. If any mortal had dared to utter it, they would find themselves sitting in the Sigillites' many, many dungeons. However, since his own creator jokes about it, that's right. The Emperor has a text-to-speech device. Custodian Jaime Lannister is forced to stifle his blushes. This is the story how Jaime Lannister became a Custodes. First off, no. Second off, anyone who likes Jaime Lannister should be shot because Jaime Lannister is an incestuous child killer. 2, 3, no. 4,
The only good Lannister is Tyrion Lannister.
The only good Lannister is a dead Lannister unless your name is Tyrion.
Yeah.
The world of 40K is a wasteland with very few diamonds peeking from the rubble, especially so ever since a bunch of have invaded the fandom. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is, but also at the same time, there's been a couple of standout stories like Emperor Text-to-Speech Device that unfortunately have had a critical role effect upon the fandom, and where everyone who doesn't understand why things are funny feels the need to try and mash Emperor with a text-to-speech device into the story.
Yeah.
So we're just going to skip that. Return Warhammer Helldivers crossover. Okay, how are you going to run this one? Return of the Guard Part 2. What do you mean Part 2?
Wait. It's unannounced crossover because there's Ruby and other shit in it.
Of course there is.
Unlabeled crossover.
I'll give you unannounced crossover, yes.
Because this should be in multi-cross, not just in Warhammer Helldivers.
Remnant Death Corps. After defeating Salem, Summer Rose vanishes from Remnant, and 12 years later she returns with a fighting force that no one's ever seen before. The Death Corps Krieg is here to save Remnant.
No,
from the Grim.
No, they are not.
A Ruby times Blake story. Of course,
Cool.
because even in the dark, edgy world of 40K, we need to appease Slaanesh. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So this I'm not reading Warhammer crossovers now. I'm reading stories by this guy till we get to the part 1. We got Gate, and thus the JDF fought the Republic there. We all know the Sudaria Empire invades Japan, but what if Japan wasn't the only faction the Empire invaded at the same time? What if they invaded the Galactic Public too? What would the Republic do? Fight both the JDSF and the Empire, or would they be the mediator in this Cold War? It's not a Cold War. Not a fucking Cold
Yeah.
War. If you have
It's
seen
very hot.
Gate, that is not a fucking Cold War. This is going to be an Itami times Rory story. That's okay. A Tuca times self-insert OC, a Shino times self-insert OC, and Rio times self-insert OC story. I see. So you're giving him Rory so you can take the rest of his harem.
Yeah.
How generous of you, author. You freed
So
us.
we get
I wouldn't
OC
say
canon
freed.
then?
Yes, OC times canon. So this is just Jesus Christ, this is terrible. I was like, how bad is the grammar on these stories? Correct. Technically correct. The grammar is technically correct. But boy, is that a lot of time skips. 1 week later, 1 week later, 1 hour later, 2 months after the attack. Play the Star Wars OST theme.
No.
I mean, the Republic would just fucking roll over the Empire like a paper dragon.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Balto?
We are doing the gift exchange
you mean
tomorrow.
You mean
Oh,
Balto?
the
at
film.
4 p.m.
The film, the
Oh,
1995 film. That's what
The
Return
Wolf?
of the God Part 1 is crossovered with.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
The wolf story?
Yeah.
That is actually apparently fake because it's the wrong dog.
What? Huntress of the Abyss. A Mr. Hollow AU. What if instead of following Mr. Hollow instructions, Ruby chose to stay with him instead of leaving?
Who the hell
And
is
now,
Mr.
12
Hollow?
years later, will her peaceful return last? Blake is once again fucking Ruby, and the OC generously takes Velvet for himself. So the Mr. Hollow is
Oh, that's an
from
OCX canon then.
yes,
Abyss.
again OCX canon, yes.
Yeah.
The story that's from is called The Amazing Mr. Hollow. When Ruby was 5, she met a creature known as Mr. Hollow in a place called the Abyss, and everyone, including her own sister, thought she was making it up. 12 years later, she'll have her chance to prove them wrong. Okay. Korra's Tale. So, by the way, just to be clear, the grammar on these stories is fucking god-awful. Korra's Tale. When the modern-day beaten-down Japanese military already killed the Magic Empire, and now you introduce literal space empire. True. Well,
why
the
is
Galactic...
Korra's Tale also a Bionicle sequel? What?
I'm sorry, what was that about
Yeah. Yeah,
After Ruby's seen in Pterodax, I was like, why is that familiar? I look up Pterodax and it's the Bionicle wiki.
What? The
Yeah.
actual fuck?
OC times canon.
You leave Bionicle out of this
okay,
fanfiction,
buddy.
author.
Leave
Oh my god.
childhood alone.
He's got a reading story for his own story, I think.
Oh
sad.
my god. I'm gonna go ahead and give everyone author knows nothing from all of these stories because this is just horrible. It's clearly not fetish stuff because like the story isn't about his fetish of Velvet, apparently. But I mean it is very clearly this dude is just fucking high.
Yeah.
Korra's Tale, a Legend of Korra Ruby crossover. During the final battle of Light and Shadow, Bionicle Ruby Rose defeated Pterodax and was visited by the light spirit Rava from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Ruby
This sounds
Rose
like-
was informed that the Master of Shadow can never be killed. After sleeping for 150,000 years, Ruby will now train her successor Korra, who is the new Avatar. What adventures await them? What do you mean Avatar: The Last Airbender is a sequel world to Bionicle?
The
With
first
Remnant
chapter
thrown in
has
for
an
good
author's
measure.
note.
Yeah,
Has a
with Remnant
mid-chapter
thrown in for
author's
good
note.
measure.
The
Does
first
it
chapter
really?
of Korra's Tale has a mid-chapter's author's note. After
No
100
way.
Wait, Sneaky. Does that count as a no power AU because the Bionicles will have no power in Korra world?
No.
Damn. Can't blame me for trying.
Where's the author's note?
Under the 150,000 years.
Have we
It says,
verged into
AN,
original
for those
fiction
who've
at
read
this point?
Ruby Chronicles knows
Oh
what this
shit,
means.
you're
Sounds like
right.
It sounds like an author's drug trip. Going wild.
Yeah, that is that is a random author's note. So go ahead and mark off random author note.
Holy crap.
I don't
This
remember
guy
the
is
last
an
time we
endless
had that.
font. Yeah, it's been a while.
Do I have?
Oh,
I do
wait.
have it.
Oh my gosh, Sneaky.
Random
Yeah.
ANs. And
I have script. The guy did a
You
play.
do?
I have script.
Oh
You do.
fucking shit! You have script.
Yeah.
Oh, we never removed
I
it.
thought we got rid of that.
Apparently
I asked
not.
for
I
it
got
to
it.
get removed. I thought you did.
No
Holy shit.
way.
Have we gotten either an unannounced POV change or a V2?
No.
Nope.
Somehow.
Now that you've spoke it into existence, it's not going to happen this stream.
Right. The
I
Sun
want to get
Priestess.
past.
100 years ago, Amaterasu battled Orochi and defeated him at the cost of being wounded. Now Orochi has returned, and with no choice, a still injured Amaterasu and her new guardian Ruby Rose must fight in the Mother of All's place as the Sun Priestess in the story of Okami. What? Why? Why? Why is this a thing? This is what I'm talking about, and where not everything needs to be written. What is the point of this story? Like, clearly, these are two completely separate worlds, obviously. You know, one's taking place in fantasy medieval Japan, and the other one's taking place on Remnant, which is not fantasy medieval Japan. But not
damn,
only
I
that,
thought it was.
yeah, I know, right? But not only that, Ruby Rose. What changed? What about the story Okami changes by making Ruby Rose the champion instead of the fox?
Really nothing.
Ruby becomes a fox, Faunus?
I guess. I mean, is that why Blake dates her?
That would be just like her, wouldn't it?
That would be just like her.
There is no fox in it. What? The Faunus. They misspelled Faunus in here.
The Faunus.
Literally misspelled it Faunas instead of NUS.
Damn. Return of the Guard Part 1. Here we go, boys. A Balto Ruby Cross. What did you say Balto was?
It's a movie
That's
about
the
a
wolf.
dog.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
a movie about the
1995
wolf
movie.
and the wolf doing the race to get medicine.
Oh,
Somewhere
yeah. Wait, what? Wait, why?
That's
Why
what I'm
is
wondering.
Ruby crossing over with this with 40k? So Return of the Guard is a Warhammer Helldiver story, just to be clear. Return of the Guard Part 2 is a Warhammer Helldiver crossover. So Return of the Guard Part 1 is a Warhammer Helldiver Ruby, Balto, fanfic.
A lot of words you're throwing at us right now, Sneaky.
For some fucking what's even worse about this is that it's a one shot. It is a single chapter story of 3,000 words, and then he just goes right into part 2, which is Helldivers and Warhammer.
That's amazing in its own way.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, it
is a decision.
And yes, to answer your question, Kaz, Ruby Chronicles is in fact his own story. So the reading of Ruby Chronicles is in fact a reading of his own story.
Guys, I just looked by category. This guy has written human on lion.
No.
Written what?
No.
Lion King with the female lion getting up in the human world.
Oh no.
Oh my god, he
okay.
actually
Oh, dear.
has OC times a lion. He actually fucks the lion.
He's also got My Little Pony.
Has this given you cancer yet, Sneaky?
You know what? Yes.
Oh,
I
oh boy.
look, I was still trying to cope with the fact that he wrote a reading of his own story, and then fucking Kaz over here just hits you with a, also, by the way, he fucked a lion.
Yeah,
Listen, I wasn't expecting to
Kaz,
find that either.
I'm so glad you were looking so hard for that steel chair.
Trying to find that
Kaz
either.
wanted to spread the suffering.
Like,
Especially-
you know, I got my ears clapped by that fucking Chronicles story, and I'm sitting there recovering from the ears clap, and Kaz is just like, with a steel chair!
I was just curious.
Oh.
He crossed with Bolter. I was like, fuck, has he wrote anything else for this? Search by categories. Look down. One Bolto, Bionicle, a whole bunch of stuff, a fairy tale. Then I just see Lion King, and I was like, wait, what? Look at it.
Oh.
Start reading the summary. I was like, oh no. I have to share this.
This
During a
knowledge must be
boring
known.
day at Beacon, Ruby wishes to read something interesting, and so she brings her team to the library, where they get kidnapped by the Watcher. The Watcher is a guy that records everything in the multiverse and stores them in books. He gives them a tale that will shock them because it's about themselves. This is a tale about how they became Bionicles. Guest appearance from Kingdom Hearts. What do you mean part of the Rubyverse? What do you mean Ruby Dragon Ball Z is part of the Rubyverse? What do you mean Girls Frontline is part of the Rubyverse?
Excuse me?
Surely we've reached in name only at this point, Sneaky.
Yes. Saiyan Huntress, after giving his life to aid his godson Kakarot, Caden Pride is given the chance to return to his home planet, which is just so happens to be called Remnant now. And on his home planet, he finds a future huntress named Yang who impresses him. And it turns out that Yang is actually a Saiyan.
OC Goku's mom, Cronoa. Can
Yeah.
I get uncomfy age gap on that with Cronoa?
I'll give that to you.
It's over, gentlemen. I have bingo.
Ruby, hold on. I'm not finished with Project Rubyverse, though. I'm going to finish Project Rubyverse. I want you guys to know this is a unified universe.
Oh,
Project
You
Reaper.
mean?
Yes, this is a unified universe. So this is a universe in where Team Ruby becomes Bionicles, Yang is a Saiyan, and Ruby is a prototype T-doll called Reaper. Oh, sorry, my
Sounds
bad.
so-
Ruby's not a prototype T-doll called Reaper. She made friends with a prototype T-doll called Reaper, who
Okay, but
then
why is it there?
she flies the Remnant to give Ruby aid because she remembers Ruby telling her about the Grim. Yeah. Ruby of the Borg. Okay, this is not a Rubyverse story. In another world with Ruby, that's fucking cursed. Instead of a smartphone, he gets Ruby Rose.
That's
Oh, here we go. Another part of the Rubyverse. Mama Yang flames a remnant. After a training session, Yang gives birth to a dragon faunus.
What?
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 No, hang on. Hang on. You can't just say that.
So what is it, like half Saiyan, half dragon, half faunus?
You know, out of all the things that I've almost gotten bingo on, I didn't think my first bingo would be Warhammer 40k crossovers.
Understandable.
Congratulations, Kaz. You are now the proud owner, by the way, of the legendary, if I can find it,
Oh, did we
bingo
finally
star.
get? Oh God. Oh, every time.
Oh. God.
I wonder if I can use MS.
Honestly, every
to
time
try-
I see
What?
the bingo with the pink, it just gets worse.
Right? Right? And its server profile, where is it?
That pink against that green is just horrendous.
That's probably probably why.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Curious.
100% why. Come on, Sneaky makes this stuff to cause eye bleeds. We all know it.
Obviously.
Of course.
Sneaky has
You know
enough
what?
in-
Good enough.
Oh,
What did you do?
what are
Do
you
you
doing?
like my profile better, brothers?
Amazing,
Oh.
sir.
You didn't. You did
God damn it,
not.
Cass.
He is now the proud owner of the bingo star.
He is the bingo.
It's only for this server. I'm not changing it for everything.
Oh, that's
Oh
fair.
no.
Yeah, yeah,
no,
that's
no,
fair.
no, 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 no,
No,
You're gonna
no,
play-
you
you're
committed.
gonna
Admit, you
play that
coward.
You
You
committed.
wouldn't know.
I am undercover in some lefty servers. You do not want them interested in this server.
Oh. Fair enough, I suppose.
I am a mod. I am a mod for a furry, and I do nothing and do not talk in there. I have no idea how I got mod.
That's probably no. So from my experience with furries, that's probably actually how you got mod.
You caused no drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
pretty
people
much
who
all it
cause the
really
least amount of
takes.
drama typically get turned into admins and mods.
Probably.
Anyway, so
But yeah.
little does she know, but the Dragon Girl would give her an adventure, part of the Rubyverse.
I think a random unanticipated child would give anyone an adventure game.
I would definitely say
Game?
so. Yeah. Ultramarine
I
of
mean, author.
Melamark on a recovery mission to find. Wait, on a recovery mission, an Ultramarine finds a tome that transports him to Melamark. Soon, Naofumi will lead an army against the waves, and the Ultramarines will turn the tide.
The
OC
only
times
tide,
Raftalia, because of course the OC
Well,
has
yes,
to
of
fuck
course.
Raftalia.
I don't know how to tell you this, author, but the only tide the Ultramarines are turning is the tide of mutants into bodies.
Indeed.
Like I don't I do not understand how people can claim to be fans of Warhammer and just possess absolutely no forethought. Like, do you
I
do you
mean,
think? I mean, yes, okay, I do, but like, do you guys think that like the whole "suffer not the mutant" is hyperbole?
yes,
It's really
obviously.
not.
It's suffer not the mutant unless the mutant's hot and checks off your fetishes. Duh.
You see, and your first mistake was thinking that they thought.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
also your
I
first
know, I
mistake. Is you
know.
you thought they actually can conceptualize anything. Yeah. So anyway, we got Bad Batch times Ruby in here.
Wait, is this all still this man's
Yep.
insane?
This is all this author profile. Yep. We got Team Fortress 2, Skibbity Toilet Cameraman Attack. While chasing the Skibbity scientist, a cameraman bravely sacrifices himself to continue the pursuit. A Team Fortress 2 Gray Man Skibbity Toilet Skibbity Multiverse crossover, but no toilets will appear. Man, I thought
Is
I was giving you
is
guys. I thought I was
what?
giving you guys that. I.
Isn't isn't that just Half Life but brain rot?
Yes. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Just when I didn't think it could get worse. Rooster Teeth, end of an era. Ruby and her team receive a letter from Rooster Teeth giving them the bad news about their show's future. So they come to the real world to comfort me and the characters I've written for the stories.
That sounds so cringe.
That,
That's
gentlemen,
rough.
I
It has
think we
6
found the
favorites.
cringiest thing we've ever seen on this platform. I think we found it. I think this is rock bottom, gentlemen.
One review says, I know that I should about it, but Rutu wasn't really good company. Ruby was a one-of-a-kind, best ever show. It was just handled by incompetent writers.
Okay, I mean, they're not wrong, but however, it was not some amazing show. Oh, gosh.
Holy shit. I take a break from writing my stories to honor the legendary soldier actor. Damn, okay. Transformers, Ruby. I am. I'm. I'm just. What the fuck? Ruby Remnant's Finest. In 1879, a legion of British troops bound for South Africa vanish, finding themselves in a new world of remnant. The soldiers find it peaceful, But with the creatures called Grim and an organization bent on killing them, will the peace remain? OC times Sienna Khan. What?
Not surprised he went for the cat faunus. The Lion King story already showed he's into that.
True. OC times Ruby Rose and Tamaki Harem. Fire Force Remnant Squadron.
I think that might be the least insane crossover he's done so far.
Girls und Panzer Rise of the Tank Girls. When the girls go to restore the Panzer IV, they never expected it to turn into a cute girl.
Is there a Panzer IV here? How are they restoring it?
It's Girls und Panzer, so that's that fucking Payday 2 level of lore. Are you aware of Girls und
Tank
Panzer?
Show.
I am approximately aware of the existence of it. I have no earthly idea about its lore or
The TLDR is the entire world lives on giant aircraft carriers that have been turned into roving forests with school academies on them, and they
Wait, what?
do battle with real tanks that have been modified to fire blanks to prove who the best school is, and each school represents one faction from World War II.
It's not just blanks. I remember the Girls and Panzer Tanya crossover comic said that it was some weird material that only works in the Girls and Panzer world or only exists there.
Sure. It
That
effectively
makes it so you can
blanks.
shoot.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Effectively
That
blanks.
you can shoot a tank without it actually killing anyone.
Yeah, because basically the thing is that they're not technically blanks because there's constant environmental and vehicular destruction, but the cannon shots never, no matter what happens, ever deal damage to the tank in a way that would hurt its occupants. But it'll blow tracks off, blow cannons up, flip the tank, shear off parts of its armor, but it'll never hurt anyone inside somehow. So, yeah, it's a mystic material. But that's not the point. The point is, it's a very weird show about tanks. And now there's tank girls in it for some reason. Here we go. More Rubyverse stuff. Bionicle and Ruby. This is how we get the Bionicle. This is book 1, Genesis, where it all started. They were in the ancient ruins, and Team Ruby discovered Kranix, a man with a semblance that allows them to become Bionicles. Contains aspects of Dragon Ball Z, Super, Naruto as well. Of course it does.
Air quotes.
Why not? Why wouldn't I? I think that's the end of the Rubyverse. That is an insane mass crossover. This
I don't know how
dude,
to respond to this man other than
he's got issues.
A, cease writing immediately. B, seek professional help of any variety available to you.
Jack one day woke up in Spyro World with no memory of how or why he got there. Follow his journey as he beats Spyro World and makes friends and then goes home.
Well, that summary sucks.
Yes.
You've told us everything there, lad.
Yeah.
Giving away a bit of the game.
Okay, so 2015, he made this account. Let's see, when did he post the Spyro story? The Spyro story was originally posted in 2017. So if he made it in 2015, which means he was probably born in 2002, which means in 2017 he would be around 15, which does make sense for you to start posting fanfics around that age, and for you to be posting especially fanfics about yourself in your favorite world at that age. So, yeah, this all checks out so far. And what's honestly the most disappointing part of this whole thing is how bad his grammar is at 15 years old. Like, this is atrocious.
I can only put that down to the failures of the American schooling, of the American education system.
It 100% is the failings of the American education system, because this dude would be in 12th grade in 2020. Yeah, 2020. This dude would be in 12th grade in 2020, which means he is currently, right now, as we speak, 23 years old. In his dialogue and his general writing, barely got better. Like, he's at least doing dialogue dictation correctly now. Like, he's putting periods and commas where they're supposed to be for his sentences and dialogue. And he's putting correct spacing now. But that's it. He's still capitalizing random letters. He's still not capitalizing random letters. He's still, like, the rest of his grammar is dog shit. The only thing that has changed over the course of the decade he has been posting fanfic is he can make sentences now. You feeling good about that gold star, Kaz?
Yes, very good.
I mean,
Good.
technically, he's freed us.
True.
Yeah, it was a bit delayed, but yes, technically.
We need to see the Rubyverse to its completion.
So the Rubyverse to its completion is Return of the Guard Part 2, The Last Ride of the Gnome Guard. So this is the story that we've been building up through his entire profile to understand because of his deep and metaversic stories. After receiving a distress call, the members of the studio mobilized with all of my old friends from high school, and we now enter to battle for the planet of Super Earth. Can Team Ruby, Red and Blue, my old friends from high school, and I all survive the battle, or will we all die and be put on the memorial wall? A Warhammer Helldivers crossover. He doesn't capitalize Helldivers. He doesn't capitalize Illuminate. He doesn't capitalize Super Destroyer. For some reason, he capitalizes Core. For some reason, he capitalizes Blitz. I don't know why he capitalizes Blitz, but he doesn't capitalize fucking anything else. The fact that his grammar is this awful after 10 years of writing is just clear and blatant evidence of the failure of the American school system, and every single teacher who ever taught this guy should be shot for gross incompetence. Now, good night. We will not be meeting on Friday, as I'll assume majority of people will be scurrying off into the sunset to unwillingly meet or willingly meet with their families. We'll be starting on Tuesday of next week because there is always more, and it will